Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I am back today, but not with any machine information for you. I wanted to show you a quick project. So if you were around last week on our social media, we posted a Mother's Day idea for everybody, and it's these cute little custom towels. And we had a few of them made up with some fruit at the bottom. And I just thought, we had a couple people come in and make them last Friday during our open sew, but I thought rather than try to like write up directions for it, I would just show you guys how it's done and maybe show you what the possibilities are for when you come shop for your supplies. So I used some fruit for the bottom of them, and really you can use any kind of quilt white cotton or any sort of material that you want to customize the toweling. And the toweling that we are using is all of these, this is such a great product. It's from United Notions, from Moda, and we have it in so many different options and colors, right? And so the toweling is, the best part about it is it's all 18 inches wide, but they're also already pre-hemmed on two sides. And so if you unroll any of these, you'll see the hem is already done, right, on the top and the bottom, or what's gonna end up being the sides of our towel. So you just have a raw edge where we're gonna end up cutting it. So that makes this project super simple and super fast. So what I used for it was 30 inches of the toweling that I picked out to go with some strawberries in this case, and these are cotton and steel fabrics. I love these. These are apples. This was all from Under the Apple Tree line, I believe, which is, you know, a year or two old, but we love it. We still have some left at our shop. And then if you want to make like two matching towels, if you want to have a set of them, the pattern actually goes on both ends of the towel. So when you hang it up, you have, you know, your apples showing. When you hang it in your kitchen, you've got it either side that you hang it from is pretty like that, right? So if you want to make a set of matching towels to go in your kitchen, then what you need is 60 inches of toweling, and then you need 1/3 of a yard of a quilt white cotton. This is the best part, is trying to figure out what goes together. So we have tons and tons of toweling options. And then I just pulled another couple of good ideas. So there's this cherry fruit is also from that same line. And I thought that one would be really neat with like a blue, maybe really pop in a kitchen. We have some other cherries here from Riley Blake. And so finding something, you know, that might go nicely with those would be really fun. Maybe we've got some lighter blue we want to mix in. I don't know if I like that as much, but you guys can play around with the different options, right? I thought these two Riley Blake ones would be really awesome too. One of them is Primavera and one of them is Bramble, which is a newer line. And both of those scream kitchen to me, so we could put some pretty options with those as well. Okay, or maybe you have a beach house. Maybe you want to have some towels for your beach house. And so we have a couple of prints here. And you can do this project with fabric off the bolt, or you can actually do it with a fat quarter as well. And I'm going to show you how that works. But these would be really fun. Look at this combination right here for these little, look at all these little fishies in the coral, right? Isn't that fun together right there? Or we have some starfish, or, oh, excuse me, sand dollars here that might go nicely with one of these. Maybe this one. So it's really fun to pick out what towel you want to go with what fabric that you have in mind for your kitchen. And these are an amazing giftable project too. So if you are going to somebody's house for dinner, or you're going on vacation with someone and you want to bring them a nice little gift, this would be an awesome idea. Now, I might have to re-record this video when Halloween and Christmas come around, because I know you guys are going to be making these with Halloween fabrics and Christmas fabrics, but I'm not quite in that mode right yet. I'm more thinking about like 4th of July, and Memorial Day is right around the corner, and then Labor Day at the end of the summer. And so let's do some festive red, white, and blues, right? So we have these Riley Blake fabrics. Actually, there's more in that line. This is another one I thought would be really cool from that line. And then, like I said, you can do it in a fat quarter, or we could just do a plain red on a blue if you're a little more, you know, contemporary. Or we have like this combination here. This is a Deer Stella fabric, actually, these blue stars, and this would be great with this red toweling. Okay, so now let's get away from this mess and let's talk about how we do this project. So let's choose this floral print over here. And let's see, we want to get something that goes nicely with that one. What did I do with that? Ta-da, that right there. Okay, let me move these out of the way. All right, so like I said, we can do this project with a bolt of fabric, and we just need 1/3 of a yard in order to make 2 towels, or we can do it with a fat quarter. So a fat quarter, if we lay out our fat quarter, we can actually make 1 towel with a fat quarter. So what we need are 2 6-inch strips of fabric. So if we're cutting it off the bolt, we can just cut a 6-inch swath. Let me grab my rotary. Right? And then if we take that 6-inch strip of fabric and cut it in half on the fold, then we have enough to make 1 towel. All right? Similarly, if we take our fat quarter, we would just want to cut 2 long 6-inch strips. All right, so our toweling is 18 inches wide, so we just need our strip to be 6 inches by 19 to 22, somewhere in there. It's just bigger than 18, okay? So here's our 2 strips, and then we have our toweling. So we would cut 30 inches of the toweling, and I've actually already cut some here, and I've got it ready to roll. And actually I did the blue, and that's great. Okay, so here's my 30 inches of toweling, right? And so it has a right side where the seam is the hem is folded under, and then I'm gonna call this side right here the wrong side of the towel. Okay, where the seam is folded up on the end. And then here's my 6-inch piece of fabric. And all I've done on this one is to take 1 long edge and to press it under about 1/2 of an inch. All right, so I just used my iron and pressed that under about 1/2 of an inch. Now, if you had a fabric that had an up orientation, like a directional fabric, then you would want the top of your print to be where you folded that fabric under. So if you had some little people on here or something, and this is where their heads would be and their feet would be down here. Okay, so we're gonna fold under that long edge about 1/2 of an inch. And now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna flip it around, and I'm gonna put it on the wrong side of my towel. Okay, and I'm gonna align the raw edge of that to the wrong side of my towel. And then I'm gonna put some pins in. Let me grab my pin cushion. Okay, I thought I was all ready for this video, but I forgot the pin cushion. So I've aligned the raw edge of this fabric, and again, it's right side of my print to the wrong side of my towel. And I'm just gonna drop some pins in along this edge, okay? And then with these 2 sides right here, I'm gonna take the side and I'm gonna fold it up to be even with the edge of my towel. Okay, and I could go in and trim this off, but I'm not gonna worry about it today. I'm just gonna leave it on there. It's a little tiny scrap and I probably couldn't use it for too much, maybe a little paper piecing or something like that. And then on the other side, I'm gonna do the same thing. Just fold it up and drop some pins in, okay? Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this over to my sewing machine and I'm gonna sew along the edge of the toweling and the raw edge of my print. And I just use the edge of my foot as a determiner for, you know, how wide to do it. Put the edge of the foot at the edge of the fabric, which is, I feel like I say that 1,000,000 times to the summer campers all summer long. But we're just gonna sew a seam right along there and attach those 2, okay? Now over here, that's exactly what I've done. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, let me orient it this way. So I went and I folded up my edges, right? I folded this down and pressed it, and then I folded these edges in and I sewed a line right along the edge there, okay? Then I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna flip it around, and I pressed it open, and then I folded my towel like that, and I pressed it again. So now I've got the right side of my fabric oriented correctly for the right side of my towel, all right? And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pin that one more time to the front side of the towel. And you can just play with your edges a little bit and make sure they're lined up really well. And then I would drop a couple pins in up here, because anytime you have a nice long seam, you want to make sure it's staying put as you're sewing, okay? And then all you're going to do is you're going to top stitch all the way around this box. And then it looks like this. And that's literally all there is to this project. It's super simple, it's really quick, and it's highly repeatable. So it's like your go-to for hostess gifts or last minute presents for people at the holidays. And you could come in, we have Christmas fabrics and we have Halloween fabrics. So if you want to get started on teacher gifts for fall, then, you know, by all means come in and pick those up as well. But I think right now everybody is probably thinking more summertime fabrics and summertime projects for something this quick. So come on in and scoop up some holiday prints or some red, white, and blues, or some fruit fabric and some toweling, and let's see what combination you come up with, and post pictures, please. We would love to see them. Okay, thanks.